Welcome to the Carolina Girls Podcast with Heather and Cher.
Hey guys, it's Heather.
And I'm Cher.
And we're the Carolina Girls Podcast.
How you doing this morning?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing great. Hey, we got new microphones.
Look, y'all, we got new microphones.
Everybody was complaining who watches YouTube that they can never see my face because of the boom arm.
That's right.
But that was purposeful, to be quite honest. I had no problems hiding my face.
Wanted to hide behind the camera.
Exactly. So we got a really fun show today.
Yes, we do. We have a lot to talk about.
We do. So we are making a wager today.
Yes, we are.
But we'll do that towards the end, right? I think we end on that.
Okay.
Well, other than our normal ending. And we're going to talk about what we used to want to be when we were kids.
That's right.
And why we changed our minds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's huge. You know, I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Mine was game changing. Like, it was detrimental that I changed what I wanted to be.
No. It wasn't detrimental that you changed it was great that you changed what you wanted to be. It could have been detrimental had you followed in that career.
True. You're right about
Maybe
that.
that's what you meant to say.
You're right.
So let's start it off with, first of all, let's just remind everybody, if you don't want to listen to the podcast, you can watch YouTube. Right?
Yes. You want to check it out on YouTube. It's got some funny features on there.
There is a little bit of addition.
Yeah.
Our awesome producer, Casey, loves to go in and add some funny features on YouTube.
Make some little pings and dongs and make fun of us a little bit.
She makes fun of us a lot.
Yeah, she does.
More you than me. I'm very grateful for that
I know.
because my Casey May loves me.
Mm-hmm. She'll give me more of a hard time than you.
Yeah, she really should have been named after me.
Yeah.
She doesn't think so. She was almost named after me. But exactly. So starting off with what we wanted to be when we were little versus the careers we're in now, I've got to tell a funny story.
Tell it.
This weekend, my grandson's over and Kat's over. So I've got Gabriel and Kat. And Gabriel loves to watch his uncles on TikTok. And also, Kat will let him look with her on, because he's still a little guy.
Yeah.
She will let him look with her on Instagram and look at his uncle's pictures. He loves Uncle Xander and Uncle Jackson. So he noticed that Uncle Jackson had a TikTok with Emily Elizabeth from Clifford movie, right?
The Big Red Dog.
The Big Red Dog. And so I tried to explain to him that was Jackson's friend. And I told him her real name, which is Darby. And he argued with me for a solid 5 minutes that her name was not Darby. Her name was Emily Elizabeth. And that, I mean, like, that mind of a child, you know how it's just like, he was like, he was understanding that she was real, but not that she wasn't Emily Elizabeth real. Does that make sense?
But you totally busted the bubble.
Oh, no.
Emily Elizabeth is not with the Big Red Dog.
No, we did not. I finally said, you know what, buddy, you're right. That is Emily Elizabeth. And I recorded a video from him, send it to her to say hi. And so all is well in the world. And he still believes that that's Emily Elizabeth. And he still, as a child, has this is what I want to be when I grow up in his mind.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't ruin it.
Good. I'm glad you didn't ruin that for him.
But he did want to know if he could pet Clifford the Big Red Dog.
I want to pet Clifford.
I do too. But the segue, the reason why I'm telling that story, and he did win that argument. And I finally realized, okay, I need to let this kid win. But do you remember when you were young like that and what you wanted to be?
Yes.
So you believed things wholeheartedly. When I grow up, I'm going to be a teacher, firefighter, whatever it is, right?
Right.
And so he reminded me, arguing with me about I believed Annie was real when I was little.
Yes.
And Daddy Warbucks and all of that. That was my show.
Yes.
I totally get that. So when I was a kid and when you were a kid, we had it in our minds. This is what we're going to be for a living.
That's right.
This is when I grow up. This is what I'm going to be.
Right.
What were you going to be when you grow up?
Every Sunday we would watch NASCAR.
Every Sunday.
My dad, yeah. when we were little.
Well, you did grow up in Charlotte.
I did.
I mean,
So there's Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Right. I mean, honestly, the Speedway, for those of you who don't know, it literally, we could swing the golf club and hit the Speedway from our office.
Yes,
right.
Yes. And when, the Coca-Cola 500 is in town, we can hear it from our house.
Oh, yeah. Or you can hear them practicing from our homes.
You can see the planes fly by and, all of that. I absolutely love it. I love it when it's here. I don't necessarily watch it whenever, now. But I did. And I wanted to be a female race car driver. I wanted to drive a Barbie car.
You want to be the first female race car driver.
But someone beat me to
Danica
that.
beat you to it.
She did. So I knew that was probably not the field that I needed to go into because...
But that got solidified one day, right?
Yeah, it did. It did. So I got into a car accident.
Yeah.
With Casey in the car.
As a newborn?
She was probably 8 months old or so. I had a Nissan Altima coming home from work. Just picked her up from preschool one day on my way home talking to you. And I just was coming down W.T. Harris and boom, car hit me.
You T-boned it, right?
Yep,
like, didn't they pull out in front of you and you T-boned it?
They pulled out in front of me. Yep. They didn't have the right of way. I did. And I slammed right into them. I was knocked unconscious. When I came to, I was in the post office parking lot, and I could see people trying to get Casey out of the car, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I have to get. Why are these people taking my child out of the car? I'm like,
don't take my baby.
I was like, oh my god, and so they took her out. And I'm trying to get out. They're trying to get me over. I'm laying on bubble wrap that they had in the post office. Then
you broke your foot for that accident,
I did.
right?
I broke my foot, and Christy, our friend, called Kyle because he was on his way home. He met me there, rode in the ambulance, and I could not remember a thing.
Rode in the what?
I know. Everybody always says that I don't know how to say
an ambulance. You're like, rode in the ambulance.
Yes.
That should be our what Southerners say word. It's not, but it should be.
I say ambulance.
So I don't think that was the accident that solidified that you should not be a race car driver.
No. But my husband at that point decided you do not need a car. You need an SUV.
Oh, that's when Black Beauty was purchased, right?
Yeah. So the Altima was totaled during that accident.
Yep.
I got Black Beauty. And she was a Ford Expedition. I love her.
Dude, we tore the streets up with Black Beauty.
Yes.
She was
wonderful.
She hauled us everywhere.
She did. She was good. She never let me down.
I think you let her down a couple times, though.
Yeah.
So one time specifically that really pops in my mind.
And she was real new. She was almost less than a year old new, and I let her down. So here's how that went. It was raining outside. It was nighttime.
You were on your way home from work?
I had just I was picking up Kaylee, the oldest one, from Girl Scouts. It's October time frame, and it's dark outside. It's raining. I pick her up. She had just made a bag, and it had puffy paint on it. So they had puffy paint like a pumpkin on the outside of this bag that they were going to have all this candy in.
Was that paint still wet?
The paint was still wet.
Okay.
She had also just taken school pictures that day. It was a white and blue dress. I can remember it. I see it every single day.
Like this color blue?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I almost wore that sweatshirt today.
You should have.
Ah, man. Sorry.
Squirrel over here.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kaylee had just taken pictures in this beautiful white and blue dress. She's holding this puffy paint bag in the backseat of the Expedition.
It was raining.
It was raining. It was dark. And I have a 2-car garage. However, they're 2 single-car garage doors.
Right.
So
right. And you have to back in for a quick escape. You cannot pull straight in.
My husband requires me to back in the garage in a big, huge SUV in a single-car garage door. And at the time, I did not have an automatic fold-in rear view mirrors. I had to manually pull them in, and the car would not fit into the garage without pulling in both rearview mirrors.
So, just for clarification, I just want to make sure that everyone understands this and I am clear. Okay?
Yeah.
It was raining.
Yep.
It was dark.
It was.
You were wearing high heel shoes.
I had just got home, or we were coming home from work.
So you did not have on sneakers
I did
or
not.
tennis shoes
Nope.
or insert whatever somebody wants to call those shoes now.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
right?
Dress shoes.
You had on dress shoes.
Mhm.
And you were backing in.
Backing in the garage.
Okay.
So I have a problem backing in anyway. So normally Kyle would be in the back, like saying, come on, come on, come on. You got it. You got it. A little bit more, a little bit more. Thankfully, he wasn't back there this day because I roll down the window, roll down the passenger side window. I lean over, and I pull in from the passenger side window, and I pull in the
Mirror.
Yes.
The side view mirror.
All of a sudden, I start seeing the car going backwards. I was like, uh-oh, 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 and I slam
Your
what I
foot.
thought was the brake, but it was the gas. And my car goes backwards.
Squealed the tires. I
squealed
could
the
see the tires spinning, squealing, smoke everywhere.
I left skid marks on the garage floor. And I went straight through the back of my garage.
So when you say you went straight through the back of your garage, you mean straight through the back of your house.
Yes.
So if I was standing behind your house, I would see the rear end of your car out through the house.
The back of the house. Yes, I made an actual drive-through to my house. You could see the front and the back through the garage.
Now, before you go on, the metal post that is concreted into the garage. I've always, would always say, I don't understand why that's there. Well, it's there so you don't hit the hot water heater. Well, who's going to hit a hot water heater? I know the answer now.
Even our friend Patrick, who does home inspections, he gives this particular incident as a reason why there's a pole in front of the hot water heater on every inspection that he goes to. Because in case someone decides to run through the house, it protects and doesn't blow up your house.
So I'm curious. Did you call 911?
So, wait. So, Kaylee and I are back through the house. The house is on one wheel. Okay? One wheel.
So only one wheel is touching the ground.
One wheel is touching the ground. Normally, when Kyle comes out of the laundry room into the garage to meet me, he would look to the left and see my car. Well, this day, he looked straight out the laundry room and he saw the front of my car. And all I could say is, please close the garage door. Please just close the garage door. So if anybody going down the street would not see that my car is through the back. I could see Casey in there in the living room, and she was like, uh-oh, Mom's in trouble. So all of a sudden, Kaylee is sitting there crying. She's devastated. Screaming. She thinks that there's a fire because there's raining coming down on the brake lights, and it's just terrible. It is absolutely terrible. We had to Dukes of Hazzard it out of the driver's side window and get out. And then that's whenever he called
my house.
Yeah.
Well, but I need to know before we even get into that, because that's just all funniness. Did you call 911?
So I called my insurance guy.
So you called insurance guy, not 911 first?
No.
And what did he say?
Because insurance guy says, all right, no problem, but you need a police report. I said, really, I have to call the police? Yes, you're going to have to call the police. I said, okay, no problem. Call the police. And
what did you say to them?
Fire, ambulance, emergency, whatever. And I was like, there is no emergency. There is no fire. There is no emergency. Everybody is fine. We don't need sirens. We don't need lights or anything.
Please do not come blaring through the neighborhood with the sirens on. Is that what I'm hearing?
That's right.
Okay.
So they did the opposite. every fire truck, every policeman, every state
State
trooper
trooper.
was at my house. And if anybody knows the market right now in our industry, the real estate market, when there's an open house or a new home that comes on the market, everybody and their sister, brother, cousin is looking at it. And that's exactly what my street looked like.
So the street was lined with fire department,
yes.
fire trucks, plus the fire chief because he had to come over,
And make sure that the house was
state
structured.
troopers, and all of the sheriff's deputies in Cabarrus County.
All of them. All of them.
You were the highlight of their night.
I was.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
mortified, y'all. Mortified.
So I get a telephone call.
Mm-hmm.
Eric and I just sat down for dinner,
Yep.
and my cell phone rings, and it's your husband, Kyle.
Yep.
And he's like, I need to talk to Eric because he had called Eric, and Eric didn't have his phone on him, so he called me.
Right.
I'm like, everything okay? He goes, I need to talk to Eric. I'm like, oh, okay. That's like one of those things I can't get rid of that phone quick enough, right? And so Eric's like, what's up, man? Oh, I'm just sitting here having dinner. I'll be right over. Like, it was just like that. And I'm like, what's going on? He goes, I don't know, but I got to go over now. Oh, okay.
There's a problem.
There's a problem. 15 minutes go by. You're not telling me what's going on. He's not responding. Like, I'm now worried. Like, something's wrong.
Yeah.
And
It was so bad.
so this is the reason why you were positive you were not meant to go and become, I mean, like, this was just the icing on the cake that
Yeah.
race car driver was not for you.
I mean, the state trooper walks in and looks at my car. It's on one
This is
wheel.
probably the funniest thing ever, to be quite honest with you.
Walks in and just takes a glance at the car, looks at me, and he goes, did you know that your inspection sticker is out? I was like, are you kidding me, dude?
Did he give you a ticket? I just need to know. Did he give you
No,
a ticket?
he didn't. He let me off. But he was like, you need to get that fixed. And I'm like, let me get my car out of the house first, and then we'll get that taken care of. So I knew at that moment that I probably needed to hang up the keys to NASCAR.
Your dreams of being so what else did you want to be when you were little? So surely it wasn't just a race car driver.
I also wanted to be a mortician.
A
I know that
mortician.
sounds like absolute insane, but I don't know why that intrigues me.
So you have 3 girls. You've done hair and makeup for girls.
Yeah.
You wanted to do hair and makeup for dead people?
I don't know. It just seemed like I would take care of someone and make them look pretty, make them...
I'm changing your nickname from Twigs to Morticia now. From now on, like,
know,
you're no
everybody
longer
calls
going to
me-
be Twigs. You're now Morticia.
Everybody calls me Twigs because I have chicken legs.
We called my daddy Chicken Legs because he has chicken legs, or had chicken legs. He's passed away now. You could have done his hair and makeup.
I know. Funny.
That's so funny. I can't even begin to imagine you as a mortician. Like,
neither.
This is probably going to give me chuckles all week long.
Yeah.
I had more natural,
little scary.
in my opinion, more natural, normal
Yeah, I
dreams
agree.
of kids.
Yep.
I wanted to be an astronaut.
I think every kid
I think every kid did.
wants to be an
and when I was in 5th grade, I was at Discovery Place. Mm-hmm.
great place in Charlotte, by the way.
Yep. My 5th grade teacher, her name was Beth Wilbur. She's now Beth Fox. One of the best teachers I've ever had in my entire educational career. I loved her. Actually ran into her on the soccer field with us both playing soccer years
each other?
later. Yeah, against each other. So funny. As adults. But I'm standing there with her, and I'm standing there with my boyfriend at the time. His name was Mike Cook. And all of 5th grade class. And, like, there's things that you remember. Like, that's just one of those things that I'll never forget. And that was when the Challenger exploded. And I knew at that moment I did not want to be an astronaut.
That's one day that, there's things that you will remember. And I remember that day, even though I was like in kindergarten.
You know what? I don't like you right now. We're just moving past that. I'm not going to be angry at you that you just called me old.
I did not.
Oh, no,
Did anybody hear
making
me
that
say old?
reference definitely calls me old.
Whatever.
For sure.
Whatever.
And then the other thing I really wanted to be, and this was prior to Top Gun coming out, but I wanted to fly airplanes off of a ship out in the middle of the ocean. I had no idea what we were going to do with those airplanes. I just wanted to fly them off of the ship out in the middle of the ocean, and then Top Gun came out, and then I definitely wanted to do that.
Yeah. Top Gun's an amazing movie. It's
absolutely
one of my top 10 of all times.
And I've always, my uncle's, he was in the Air Force, so I've always, admired all of that. And but I wanted to be a naval aviator. I didn't necessarily want to be in the Air Force, but I think I landed on mortgages, and I think that's a place for me to be.
Yeah, I landed on mortgages too. Thank you.
You're welcome. I don't still to this day don't know how I talked you into that, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
But kids are, here's the thing, having Gabriel this weekend, and we've got something coming up next weekend, and I'm sitting here thinking about when we were kids, like when I was young, all of these hopes and dreams that I had, and being an adult now, I realize, looking back, we really truly could have accomplished anything that we wanted to do.
Oh,
it was just a matter about how hard we wanted to work.
Right. If we had a little bit more training on the course,
Yeah.
driving.
Yeah. Didn't you do the NASCAR speed thing? That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Let me tell you, Kyle got that for me for anniversary or birthday or one gift.
He got you his
He got
gift.
me that.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I can do that. No problem. And I get out there, and I had no idea that I was going to have to drive a stick. Like, I thought it was going to be automatic. I got suited up. I had to watch a video with all these other people.
Yeah.
And I had a pit crew in my ear.
You had to wear your fire suit. How fast did you go?
I don't remember. But I really think that if I would have had, I think I did 4 laps. And I did pretty good. I did not stall out. I did good.
That's good.
I know.
That's good.
And if I had a few more laps to go, I think I could have done real good.
Okay.
But still, I was kind of afraid because I know what I can do with a car and where the car can go. So I didn't want to end up in the stands or something.
I also wanted to play in the WNBA.
Yeah. So I wanted to play basketball too.
But for me, I wanted to play in the NBA because the WNBA wasn't there, and I wanted to be the first female professional basketball player.
Yep.
And I did not think that my height should slow me down. I mean, it didn't hurt Muggsy Bogues
Or Spud Webb.
right? So but that didn't come to fruition.
Yeah, no. I wanted to play basketball too. I wanted to play for the Charlotte Hornets.
Well, I did too. Like that was my thing. Yeah. But we didn't get to play basketball professionally. However, we've got the opportunity to play basketball this weekend coming up.
We do.
We do. So before we tell everybody what it is, I think we need to go ahead and make our wager.
All right.
And we had already decided on this wager. Mm-hmm. And let's just go ahead and tell everybody, I'm a North Carolina Tar Heel fan. She's a North Carolina State fan.
Did you hear that?
I'm not an NC State fan. Listen, Wake is fake and Duke is puke, but the team I hate is NC State. And you can't get to heaven in a red canoe because God's favorite color is Carolina blue.
Whatever.
Or just so we're all clear on that.
I saw y'all beat Duke this
We did. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No.
But if
she's going to wear a red NC State shirt.
And on our next podcast.
Yep.
And if my team wins,
I'll wear a Carolina Tar Heel shirt. Whatever.
Yeah,
Whatever.
But let's tell everybody what we're going to be doing because it's actually going to be a lot of fun. So it's coming up on Saturday, correct?
Yes, it's going to be so much fun. Movement Foundation, Movement School is putting on a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, and Sharon and I are going to be on 2 different teams, and heading up that team is going to be a Movement School child. I think that's so cool.
That's awesome.
And there's going to be a police officer
on
one of the teams, and then a movement loan officer, a movement employee.
Or a movement employee. That's correct. Yes. That's correct.
So this is going to be at the Ophelia Garman Brown Community Center, and it is on Saturday from what time?
From 9 to 1, and that address is 2701 Freedom Drive, and we are wanting to fill the stands with anyone, come out and watch these kids from the Movement School.
Yes.
And it's actually really, it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be one employee.
Yep.
one person from the police department and one movement school child.
Yes.
And it's going to be 3v3.
Yes.
And the rules are pretty simple. The goal is definitely so that the adults don't take over. The goal is really for us to empower that child.
Yes.
So I want to absolutely love when my kid whoops up on your kid. That's probably not politically correct, but trash talking is absolutely. However, can you imagine what it's going to be like for the kid to walk up and they're going to be like, "Oh, great, I got the short, fat old lady." Like they have no idea. I mean, they'll be like, "Well, at least she's wearing Jordans." Like that, but that's exactly what it's going to be like. And they have no idea that the short, fat old lady can ball. You know what I mean? Like,
I just cannot wait to see this, because this is something I told Cher whenever I saw the email come out. I was like, hey, listen, I think that this would be fun. It would be entertaining.
Oh, we were all over it, right?
Let's go. Let's do this.
Like, you didn't have to ask twice.
No, she was like, all right, we'll do it. And, we're supposed to be, like, practicing and everything.
How long has it been since you've shot hoops?
So, do you remember whenever I used to play, like, horse at the parties that we used to have?
Yeah.
And I used to beat the dudes.
Yeah.
The dudes.
Yeah.
And
I whoop up on Eric every single time I play basketball with him.
So,
every single time.
But it's been a long time since I even bounced a basketball. So
since you've dribbled a basketball? That's what you do. You dribble it. Just so you bounce past it.
I can bounce and dribble.
Okay.
But y'all, I would love for you to come out and show your support. One, for Cher, because she's gonna need it. So just come love on these kids. Come on, love on our community. We would love to have you out. I would love to, get involved and, just see what we can do to make this community just something so awesome.
So I just want to let everyone know that when you go and shoot at the wrong goal, and you're playing me, I'm going to go ahead and let you make it in.
She's trying to get into my head, okay?
So just so you know, like,
bringing up old
and I just want to say that me having to wear this, if it happens,
she's going to wear the red shirt.
If I have to wear the sorry NC State shirt, that I am doing it for all of my cheer kids that are at state now.
Yeah, I know. There are some state.
There's a lot of them.
Cheer kids.
And they've all made me mad because I still have to support them even though they're wearing red.
Yeah, well, we know one Carolina Tar Heel cheerleader.
We do.
Sweet Lexi. So.
I know two Carolina Tar Heel.
Okay, well then
Annalise, who won Summit with Jackson. She cheers at Carolina too.
Okay, good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
see? So we do too.
Go Tar Heels, go NC State.
Go Heels.
Go
Cher, go Heather.
Yeah.
Go Cher.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm so team Cher. Let's go. Go Cher.
Yeah.
Go Cher.
Go Heather.
We are wearing matching Jordans that day, though.
We are wearing matching Jordans.
We got Jordans the color of our Carolina girls sign, so that is going to be fun.
Yes, it is going to be a lot of fun. So come out. Show your support.
Absolutely.
For Movement Foundation, Movement School, for Charlotte, anything. Charlotte Police Department, we would love to see you.
Absolutely. So, and then after that, we are actually going to have on our next podcast a special guest.
Yep.
Her name is May Dodson. She is a dear, sweet friend of mine, and she's going to come and just kind of talk about Movement Foundation, but Movement School. We want to make everyone aware of the charter school and what the foundation does.
Yeah.
So we are going to have May on after, and she'll enjoy seeing you wear Carolina blue, and we'll have a good talk with her. But I think I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited too. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, Heather, what time is it?
What Southerners say?
What Southerners say? You know what? I say this word every day.
Me too.
Like multiple times a day. Probably, I don't know, 10 times a day. Maybe even more than that.
I end our podcast with it all the time.
Yeah, you do. You do. Our word today is?
Y'all.
Y'all. What does y'all mean?
What does y'all mean?
What does y'all mean?
Is it you guys?
Or you all?
You all.
Hey, yous guys.
Hey, yous guys. So that's what I hear all the time whenever I go up north or I meet someone from up north. They're like, yous guys. And I'll be like, y'all want to go to the store? Y'all want to? Not you
Hey,
guys
y'all, let's
wanna
go.
to the store?
Hey, y'all, let's go. So I, having Eric's family from California, they laugh at me all the time. I mean, because
It's easy to.
It's absolutely easy to. And y'all, somehow we made that plural for you when you is plural for you. But regardless, I think I probably use y'all often, and I will be talking on the phone and be like, "Hey, are y'all coming over?"
Mm-hmm.
That's just
That's just what that. It's you all, y'all, right?
it's just y'all.
It's just y'all.
It's just y'all. Hey, I had fun today.
I had a great time.
I really enjoyed walking down memory lane. It was great thinking about what I wanted to be, or when I was little. And it's funny with Gabriel arguing with me about Emily Elizabeth, but man, it has been so long since we talked about you backing through the house.
Yeah.
That night was so great. I mean, there's so much more to that story that we didn't tell just because of time constraints. But would you recommend to anyone that they back through their house?
No. That was the most, almost the most embarrassing thing that I've ever done in my life. And Kyle wasn't so mad at me. I thought I was going to be chopped liver after that.
Yeah.
He just wanted to make sure that I was okay. He was good.
Because he's a sweet husband. He's a sweet husband.
He is. All right, y'all. Be sweet, be kind.
And be you.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.